Hey guys, I'm Louis and welcome to my latest video. So, going for another vlog today, and it's something a little bit different. Yeah, it's I've titled it "Looking Forward to the Future," and yeah, it's basically going to be me talking about my plans for my own life and my YouTube career. Even though I've spoke about it a little bit in my in a part of my Minecraft video, strangely enough. But if you haven't seen that, you probably won't know what my plans are. My plans have differed slightly, because over the past few weeks I've changed my mind about a lot of things, and yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about here today. So basically, over the last few weekends I've been going with my mum to visit universities across England. I've been to Chester, I've been to Sheffield, Hallam, and I've been to Bradford. Yeah, all pretty nice unis. I just didn't like Bradford. I don't know what it was about it. The city just smelt. The city felt small and cramped and dead, basically. Like, it just felt like there was hardly anyone there. I mean, I apologise to anyone that lives there, but it's just not my thing. But yeah, I absolutely loved Chester when I went there. However, originally I was looking at biomedical sciences there, but then after sitting through the talk about it, I realised that I don't want to do science at uni, simply because it would just be boring as hell and it'd be a lot of hard work, and I don't need that sort of stress. I'm going to uni to obviously to get a degree, but I'm also going there to relax at the end of the day, to have a good time and just get the whole uni experience, meeting new people, living on basically on your own, looking after yourself all on your own. So I haven't really done that much, apart from a few days when my parents haven't been in. That's about it. I haven't actually properly lived on my own, so that'll be a good experience. But out of those unis, the one that really did it for me, the one I really liked, was Sheffield Hallam. Basically, there's a train station. Walk out of the train station, walk across the road, the uni's there. It's literally that close to the train station, and Sheffield's not that far from where I live in Nottingham. So obviously it's easy for me if I need to get home, and it's not too far north where if I need to go down south to like London or something, I could easily do that. The course I'm thinking of studying there is history. You may think, oh, history, that's boring. But personally, it just really interests me, especially certain topics such as American history, like the around in the Caribbean, such as the Golden Age of piracy, and then obviously in America you got the Revolutionary War, you got the Civil War. And yeah, I sound like a complete history geek, but I love certain parts of history, and those parts are where, well, there's a lot of freedom of choice in this course at Sheffield. So that's why I really liked it. It's not any of the boring middle-aged or ancient history, like that was ages ago. I don't give a damn about that. It's more recent history that actually impacts on how things are today, which is actually good, rather than shitty people living in mud huts. But yeah, my main goal is, in the next couple of years, is to, obviously I've got another year of A-level, so obviously finish them, get the best grades I can, go to Sheffield if I get the grades, go to Sheffield Hallam, study history, do that for 3 years. After that, take a year out travelling, and hopefully I'll still be doing YouTube there, and I'll take you around the world. I'm hoping to go to every state in America, and also places such as China, and just across Europe as well, and other sort of major destinations, Australia maybe, yeah, all across the world in general, really. Yeah, so that should be really good, but obviously that's like 4 or 5 years away. Jesus. Yeah, I like to plan ahead, and I like having things to look forward to, but that's my plan. Then after that, I want to join the Navy as a medical officer cadet and get trained up as a medical officer until eventually I'm a fully qualified officer, and I'll be in the Navy, earning money. And yeah, because I mean, I just really like helping people, and I love to do with like treating people. I understand there's you need to know the science behind it, but I do prefer it when I prefer the actual treating and looking after people side rather than this is some weird chemical reaction, you need to learn all of this, but then you probably won't really use it in actual like treating people, which is what I hate. Like basically I discovered that I want to go down that path fully. Like I've always wanted to do something to do with like medicine, whether it's working in a hospital, working in a pharmacy, whatever. But basically last week I went on work experience at my local hospital's burns unit, and wow, it was the most eye-opening experience I've ever had. It was so mind-blowing that like I worked with the nurses throughout the week and also some doctors and some other hospital staff, but people don't realise how much work nurses actually do. Like you just think, oh, nurse, you were just too shit to be a doctor, so you can't be, so that's why you're a nurse. No, I think nurses are better than doctors. Yes, doctors get paid more. Nurses should get paid ridiculous, like so much more, because without nurses, the patients wouldn't survive even, well, and if they did, they'd be miserable as hell. Nurses are there to look after people, cheer people up when they're feeling down. The doctors they just see them, they're just a number, but nurses see patients as actual people, and you know, it really, I've got a little story which yeah, it's quite, I guess you could say heart-wrenching, is that the word? I don't know, it tugs on them heartstrings a bit, it's a bit yeah, it's kind of sad, but basically, obviously I'm not allowed to say any names of patients obviously, but there was a guy there, a patient, and he was an elderly man, and he'd had a skin graft put on his head, which is basically when they take skin from another part of your body, normally like your upper thigh or somewhere, and they like basically attach it to wherever they've done the work. And basically he'd had that skin graft because he had skin cancer, and it was just, he was so happy, and he asked loads of questions about me, and eventually I told him that I want to go in the Navy. And then just before me and the nurse left, he said good luck with like everything, and oh my god, I'm not normally I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big softie really, but Jesus, that got me. It just got me that people can be that nice, and it was at that moment that I knew that all along I know what I wanted, and it's to treat people and help people, and I think the Navy is a very good way to do that, because I'm not exactly Albert Einstein. I'm not going to get straight A's. I probably won't even get all B's. I might get one B if I'm lucky at A level. I'm not the smartest person, and I'm not going to be able to do medicine at university, and I think it'd be too hard. But I'd rather do it hands-on and practical, because when you train, obviously in the Navy as well, you get the basic training of, you know, the basic military training that you have, which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm not too sure if I'd get weapons training, but that'd be pretty cool. I mean, obviously you'd hope you'd never have to use weapons. Like, obviously in the Navy I'd probably have a weapon, whether it's just a small handgun or something, but obviously you'd hope you'd never have to use it, but if you did, at least you'd have the training for it. But yeah, it's just easier, I think, for me to join the Navy, and then they train me up, because it'll be all practical stuff, because like I said, at uni, you don't get to treat patients, I don't think, until like the first year, after the first year, in the second year. I mean, obviously you probably don't let me treat people straight away in the Navy, but I think it'd be quicker, and it'd be better to get that hands-on experience. And I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think you probably get some sort of qualification from it. So I'd probably, if I got bored of the Navy, I think there's a thing after your training you have to stay in there for 4 years or something. But after that time, you can just leave, and I could leave and, you know, go work in a hospital somewhere or somewhere like that. Hopefully they'd give me the qualification I needed to work in that environment, and it'd be really good. And yeah, I mean, hopefully I would plan to stay in the Navy quite a long time, and then maybe come out if, I don't know, if I start having a family or whatever. And eventually I would like to move to America and live there. Basically just move and live in America, because it's my favourite country in the world. I don't know exactly where I'd live in America, but that's why I want to go travelling and go to every state so I can have a taste of each one. I've already been to a few states. I've been to Vermont, New York, and Massachusetts. That's the one. Can't quite remember there, because I know I went to Boston, but it's in Massachusetts. Yeah, I've been to a few states, but I think I can never remember how many there are. There's either it's like 57 states or 49 states. I can never remember. It's something around that number. It's definitely around 40 to 60 states. I'm not exactly sure. I should probably research that, considering I want to go to them all. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this insight into what my plans are for the future. And if you're in the same sort of age as me, if you're doing A-levels in the minute, or if you've just started university, or if you're got to be going to university in September, or whether you've already been to university and you're a lot older, or if you're doing GCSEs, or whatever you're doing, let me know in the comments what your plans are for the future and what you're currently doing. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Take care.